Buonasera bella gente, ancora buon sub soprattutto e benvenuti in questa nuova puntata dello Psicologo Outer Worlds. Bene ragazzi, prima di iniziare come sempre vi ricordo a tutti che oltre a me c'è sempre tanta bella gente simpatica. In live abbiamo Nola su Twitch, Narumi, la sala giochi, Isabelle, Rob, Mr. Bob, Cusco Strike, Retro Games, Balgan, Sia e Kaiser. Pardon. Scusate raga se prima ho continuato la live, ma sì, saluta a me. Mi si è crashato il computer e quindi ho dovuto interrompere. È stata una botta micidiale. Per fortuna che si era salvato il gioco prima. E so due. Ma adesso stanno disco finché non finisco. Avete visto? Ho fatto la rima. Ok. La nave me l'hanno sequestrata.
Heard from the last is down on 22 that you did a contract for something.
Servono i grimandelli. Dovrò fare almeno queste missioni finché non avrò... Space Coach. Vediamo se lui ha...
Have you tried our... Don't... Have a look.
Metti, potenziamenti. Solo grimandello. No, grazie, vorrei conservarli perché mi servono.
Ooh, someone...
Solo il...
Ah, the board. Organized, efficient, competent. Well,
Fammi salvare nel caso dovessi sbagliare a fare qualche tipo di pronuncia.
Advertisement for the following
I
story.
think everything in here is worth more than I made in my whole life.
What it takes to defend your corporate township from the dangers of alien wildlife and the...
Ah, yes. Wheeler messaged me you were coming. He must be the captain of the Unreliable, a vessel that used to be helmed by one Alex Hawthorne. And you are not he. Has something happened to my favorite scruffy freelancer? Oh no, this is terrible. My dear friend, what devilry is this? In whose miserable fever dream am I trapped? Oh, Alex. There were so many arguments we'd yet to have. He was my dearest friend. My only friend. You have his ship, you must know. That picture of us on the promenade, me hugging him, him wincing. I keep a copy beside my bed. Did he? Ah, that's just like him. Such a sentimental man. Tell me, how did he die? You're quite right, of course. Best not to pry into such dismal things. Right. You're going important places, I'm sure. Big, exciting, important places. There, I've removed the flag from your ship. I'm terribly sorry for the inconvenience. However, before you go, Alex promised to tell me the location of Phineas Wells. I'm sure you've seen his wanted posters all over the colony. Did Alex tell you where Wells might be? Anything at all? You haven't read the posters? He's a terrorist, a thief, a madman. It's really in the colony's best interest that we stop him before he does further harm. That's... well, that's just terrible news. Law, what am I going to do now? The board will have my head. Oh, I'm sorry. This is terribly unprofessional of me. Is there anything else I might help you with? It's personal business, I'm afraid. Miserably, terribly personal. Information on the whereabouts of Phineas Wells would go a long way. It's... well, it's my white whale, I suppose. It's fine. Really, it's perfectly fine. I understand. Now, if you've nothing else, please see... Miss Doyle owes the board a significant sum. Alas, the only collateral she has is her organs. Compulsory donation is quite legal in such cases. That's not unreasonable.
I guess it's better than losing your organs, but... I don't know, Captain. It just doesn't seem right.
Miss Doyle is deeply in debt, and the board has every right to do whatever they like to recoup that debt. What guarantee do I have that she'll agree to the terms you negotiate? You might be surprised. But we'll proceed on the assumption she'll be reasonable. I will recall my collection agent. Tell Miss Doyle to report to me promptly for her first assignment. Now, is there anything else you need, or can I return to my work? Be my guest. I'm the certified representative of the board's interests here on the Groundbreaker. I'm their eyes, ears, and busy little hands. I have few complaints.
Oh, good law! Who'd want to go to that toxic hell pit? No. Emphatically no. Unequivocally no. Immutably no. Best to be clear, I believe. Ugh. Law, but it's miserable. My underarms are damp. Chief Tennyson is supposedly looking into the cause, but I've seen no deplorable
She's doing everything she can. It's your people's fault it's not fixed, not Junlei's.
My, aren't you, excitable.
But hey, she's not... She's real good at her job, Captain. I just don't like this walk-in mustache, speaking rude of her is all. Not after all she's given up for the station. But I suppose you're right.
Well, now that that's dealt with, might we get back to business? Oh, you've noticed my friends. Wonderful. Aren't their guns very large? Tremendously impressive. They're here to keep the peace, of course. Precisely. Groundbreaker makes much ado about its independent status and so resents any board presence, no matter how benign. When the alternative is board guards at their gates, yes, I do. They don't see it that way, of course, but I can't say I much care. A luxury stateroom, reserved for Chairman Rockwell's use. Oh, good law, of course not. He'd never set foot on this decrepit junk pile. As this office is the primary embassy for the board on Groundbreaker, corporate bylaws specifically state a room must be maintained for the chairman's exclusive use. Ask away.
Seen this man. Reward offered for wheels come with his unit. Beginning to...
Move along.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story.
You've returned, and in one piece. Color me impressed. Good work. I'll take those. I need you to head through the large door at the far end of engineering. Take the elevator down into the machinery shaft. There's a terminal in the back. Activate it when I call over the ship's PA. And bring weapons. There's a slight man-to-pillar infestation. More than a few. Less than a hive. Nothing you can't handle. We were salvaging parts from a ship. Turned out there were eggs inside. They got into the radiators, and here we are.
Don't worry, Miss Junlei. We'll be super gentle with the ship. You don't got a thing to worry about. I mean, aside from fires and such.
I'm genuinely heartened to hear that. Thank you.
Not getting in. Fresh from the grind. C&P chicken and potatoes. At C&P, we know our C&P.
Wish I could say it was good to see you, Ellie. At least you finally got your chance to square our debt. That ought to make you smile for once, huh?
Nothing makes me happier than being even. Except being right. That's nice, too. The good news came through the wireless. Looks like you paid my debt to Jesse. I guess that means I owe you now, right? Tell you what, I'm a little short on bits at the moment, but I'm a decent scrapper and a better-than-average sawbones. If you're looking for a medic, I can work my debt off. If I'm being honest, and I prefer not to, I was about ready to pick up another contract anyway, and you settled this in a pretty tidy fashion, which tells me you're competent. But we can say I'm repaying the favor if you prefer that version. You won't be sorry. Though it looks like you've got a full roster already. Time to play favorites, Captain. Traveling in style, are we? I'll be sure to nab a cabin with a view.
Welcome to the crew, Miss Ellie. We're real happy to have you.
Got word from Udom, from the hitman who trailed me the other night. Seems I'm indentured to the board now. I ain't too elated about going exclusive, but it's better than winding up dead. You sure saved my skin, stranger. All debts between me and Ellie are cleared. We'll talk later. Got a bit of a sore throat from all that fake coughing. Flying the outer systems route lately?
Rizzo's triple barrel.
I've seen you limping a bit. You all right, Mr. Vicar? Need us to slow down?
What are you implying? I am perfectly fit. My knee is just acting up.
There's no shame in being older, Mr. Vicar. Don't worry. The captain and I'll take care of you.
I need neither your advice nor your pity, young lady.
Have either of the assault cruisers ever put into...
Hey, you got a second? Fancy running into you again. Don't mind me. It's just admiring your ship from up close. Gotta hand it to you, boss. That's a fine-looking ship. Only thing it's missing is me. Yes, I absolutely am. Just give me a shot. That's all I'm asking. I could be the best damn crew you ever hired. You're serious? You're giving me a shot? All right. Hang on. I put together a little speech, just in case you asked. Hey there. I'm Felix Millstone. I have prepared a list of reasons why I believe you should hire me to join the crew of your ship and/or outlaw gang. Firstly, I am highly personable, and I get along well with anyone who is not of the jackass persuasion.
I'm sorry. He's funny.
Secondly, I can be counted on in the event of a firefight, standoff, and/or raid. My motto is, if you need a steady gun hand, I'm your man. That motto is it's a work in progress. Additionally, I have several years of experience as a box hauler. This skill may come in handy if you need a body dragged away or a door held open while escaping enemy fire. In conclusion, thank you for considering me for your ship crew and/or outlaw gang. I look forward to our adventures together.
I thought that was real good, Felix.
Thanks for the vote of confidence. What do you think? Am I in? Wow. You don't know how long I've been waiting to hear that. Thanks, boss. You're not gonna regret this. I'll just gather my personals and meet you on board. This is gonna be great.
Really? We're picking up strays now?
Look at that. A real vicar. I'm sure we'll get along like a church on fire.
Wow, 2 in un colpo, però non male. Ok, parliamo con la nostra protetta.
Huh? Oh, I am alert and awake. Not to worry. I take our ship's security highly seriously.
Hey, Captain. Can I get your temperature on something real quick? So, Junlei and I have been talking some. Through messages. I got him here on my datapad, and well, she sent me a poem. One she wrote her own self, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if I should read into it. Because poems are all symbolic and such, right? It's not so good. But real sweet. Oh, law. That's what's got me spooked. I don't rightly know. It's about this engine that's been shaking itself apart. Then this lady mechanic comes by and lays one hand on it. The trouble goes away. It sings. I don't want to get too hopeful, but I'm wondering if maybe she's the engine and I'm the lady? It's a real romantic poem. It made my chest hurt, kinda. I don't know where it's leading yet, or if I'm misinterpreting. I'm not much interested in physical stuff. Never have been. Leastways, not like other folks seem to be. It's not that I can't, I just don't care for it. It's been a problem in the past. The folk who wanted to be with me back in the Vale, they said I was cold. Thanks, Captain. That makes me feel a touch better. I actually had another message from Junlei. I just couldn't work up the courage to open it. But I'm gonna change that. Right now. Okay, here we go. Let's see here. Talking about old friends, got to thinking... Isabel? Who's Isabel? They were... close, Captain. Like, more than friends close. I don't know. Junlei talked about them like it was past, but how far in the past? 10 years? Last week? Captain, I'm feeling all mixed up right now. Could we maybe head to the Groundbreaker? Get some drinks at that bar there? The Lost Hope? Come on, Captain. This is no time to be fooling on me. I'm full serious. Next time we're on the Groundbreaker, I aim to get a drink. If I got to, I'll do it on my lonesome. But I'd feel better if someone I trusted was there. You think I could hire myself out to ships in need someday?
Welcome back, Captain. How can... I have lots of men. I prefer to think of it as being in a state of slumber, perhaps for an indefinite duration of time. When I simulate myself in such a scenario, traveling the system with... I assure, as you in our Oh, I know you are not the same Captain Alex Hawthorne who died in Emerald Vale. I have required you to assume Hawthorne's identity in order to sync your command. I've since registered you as the captain of the Unreliable. You're welcome to continue lying. I am relieved. No, but I am programmed to put... If you mean, was Captain Hawthorne my first? How? Goodbye.
Sembra composto anche per altre due persone.
Hey, be careful with those crates, huh?
Ora devo programmi altri criminali se voglio sbloccare la porta.
So, how's this work? Do we get a table? Stand in a corner?
Reports from concerned supervisors indicate that rates of time theft are on the rise. We urge all of our listeners to remember that...
Okay, so what are we drinking? You're the expert? Oh, and don't worry on the price. I got this. Let's just... Oh, no, that's on account of my not being able to sleep lately. Makes my hands all twitchy, you know? I've just been lying awake, thinking about what Junlei said, and feeling my heart shake. Well, drunk's what I'm aiming for, so I'll take your word on it. Bottoms up!
Whiskey's a fine choice. Think I may have a glass myself.
Oh! No, it's good, I'm fine. I just didn't expect it to taste like... Oh, propellant. Oh, stars, I can feel it settling. Oh, Captain. I'm pining for Junlei something fierce. What am I doing? Yeah. I guess we are that, huh? Friends. Friends give each other counsel, right? What do you think I should do about Junlei? Because I feel about as aimless as an automech with a busted nav chip.
I give counsel to plenty of folks I don't consider to be friends. If you need an ear, Miss Holcomb, I'm listening.
Well, she talked about another girl, right? Isabel. Mentioned her by name and everything, like she wanted me to know. Maybe I've been making a right fool of myself this whole time. Maybe she's not interested after all. It was real long and rambly. She was telling me a story about her dad, how a lady named Isabel did all sorts of things to try to win his favor. This Isabel lady never quite managed to get her dad's approval, but they carried on anyways. Made something good out of a bad situation. Then it all went down the tubes. Do you think Junlei still has feelings for her? I just got a lot of feelings, Captain, and they're all climbing up my throat. I need another drink. Right now. Before I lose my nerve. No more whiskey. I think another'd leave me on the floor. We had beer in the Vale. Smelled like Dad's old socks. Maybe this is better? Down it goes. Oh, no. No, it's still bad. It's still really very bad. Ugh. Oh, Captain. I want to talk to Junlei all... everything? I got a solar system's worth of terrifying questions swirling around my head. Does she think I'm as pretty as I think she's handsome? What if she doesn't like me? What if she does? What if she's still got feelings for that lady, Isabel? Don't you tease me in my moment of weakness. You know I'm not interested in physical affection. That's... well, it's tripped folks up in the past. Folks I thought cared... Just move on? Like, snapping your fingers? I don't know. Yeah, I know you're right. Just wish it were that easy, is all. Back in Edgewater, there wasn't no one who wanted to know. Gosh, I don't know that I got that in me. Sometimes I feel... I suppose so, but... I want to be my best self for her. Well, Captain, this has been a whole lot. Oh gosh, I don't know, Cap... All right. There's no need to strip your screws over it. Okay? Okay, I'm gonna do it. Right when we get back to the ship. I mean, probably. Eventually. Thanks for hearing me out and giving me counsel. And, well, for being a friend. It means a whole lot. You're good people, Captain.
Well, it's not like I could be elsewhere. Nor am I capable of neglecting a wayward lamb in need of guidance.
Huh. All right. Thank you, guys. You're real good friends, you know that? I wish there was a place we could all live quiet together. Come on, let's go.
Seeking relief from the heat? Till Junlei gets those radiators fixed, I hear tell some folk down in the townships are getting offered early retirement. Who'd think of such a thing? What would you do with all the time? The radiators, they're fucked 10 ways to Sunday. And we're all sweating buckets wondering when the powers that be are gonna get around to fixing it. Couldn't say, and I wouldn't be pouring drinks professionally if I could. All I know is we're cooking in our own juices here, and it's only gonna get worse. They're supposed to gather up all the heat the systems generate and vent it into space. Instead of the heat going where it ought, though, it seems to be blowing straight down the promenade. Weeks? I lost track. Too law-damn long. That's not for me to say. But if you're feeling the urge toward helpfulness, You can find Chief Junlei in engineering. What ain't I?
Itching to whack.
You ever heard of for work? Try Subway Cell.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Tossball finals.
Controls are in the back of the machinery shaft area. Keep clear of the radiators.
Pass that armor.
up and killed a bunch of mantis. Bad news. Diagnostic sensors sense the worst from the heat, so they're not too picky about who they kill next. Sneak past if you can. Shoot back if you need to. I can always fix them later.
Let's get past the armor!
Nice work!
Here we go!
Unexpected noise. Processing.
Here they come.
That's the terminal. I have the parts in position on my side.
Oh,
Go ahead and
sweeping.
cycle the droplet pump. Don't know what happens to you when we're close.
Nice hit!
Done. The temperatures are dropping. Stop by once you found your way out of there. Groundbreaker owes you thanks.
As always, So, tell me what's on your mind. Nothing too out of the ordinary. Just your run-of-the-mill vicar with a violently enthusiastic disposition. The simple version is this. The force which we call the Grand Architect created the universal equation that underlies and defines everything in the universe. Everything flows from the equation, or in layman's terms, the grand plan. Is the Grand Architect a consciousness? A natural force? Did it create the equation on purpose? The answers to these questions don't really matter. The equation, the plan, is all that matters. Contentment is found by accepting one's role in the plan. It can be if abused, but that can be said about anything. However, in the case of the board and Halcyon, sadly, I believe you are correct. Bakonu, the author, had some interesting theories about man's perception of reality that I thought could be applied to our attempts to decipher the plan. Unfortunately, he was also one of the founders of the Philosophist school of thought, so the book is banned in this colony. Philosophism's a false religion that stands in contradiction to almost everything we know to be true. They believe all is chaos, in stark... But most of the philosophist perversion of Bakonu's thoughts came more... Yes, well, now that we're here, can we check in with security?
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertising.
My boards are returning to green. What a weight that is off my shoulders. I don't normally tolerate outsiders mucking about in my station's guts, but you're all right. The temperature should be dropping as we speak. I'll see to it the crew knows who kept us all from boiling alive. If you've got time, I believe Edna has a comms issue that could use your attention. I've also authorized Doc and Furu to sell you our premium meds.
CNP pancake mix. Now requires no mixing. Seriously, don't mix it. Rizzo's knock you out. But at the end, everything.
My dad taught me some French, you know. Stuff about omelets and fromage. I could take a look at that journal.
By all means. I would be astounded, yet astronomically in your debt.
Oh, yeah, there's nothing at all about eggs and cheese in here. Sorry.
Very helpful. Thank you.
What? What was that?
Great work.
What do you think you're doing? Just don't make more paperwork for me, all right?
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled...
My boards are returning to green. What a
What's going on with you lately? You seem down.
C&P chicken and potatoes. At C&P, we know our C&P. Soft sour candy shell around a sweet purple berry flavored center. Suck it. Do it.
You're a deft hand with a mag pick. There it is. Just yank the drive. Now that we have the data cartridge, I can finally find out where that scholar I'm looking for ended up. Got it. His name is Reginald Cheney, and he joined a sublight salvage crew. Only he's not listed on the return manifest. Must have made landfall somewhere he wasn't supposed to. Ah, yes. Here. There's a domicile on Monarch in Fallbrook, rented to the same bit cart he used to buy his seat on the salvage ship. I should have guessed. What better place to lay low if you wish to avoid the authorities? Oh, it's nothing. I suppose I really didn't have much faith in actually finding him. Was a bit of a long shot, wasn't it? I admit it was a bit of a long shot, but when you've spent as many hours as I have in contemplation of the universe's secrets, you sometimes get a sense for these things.
Hey, bounty hunter. You're welcome here anytime, so long as you ain't loyal. Nothing at the...
Hey there, Captain. Anything? Yeah, noticed. What can I say? We're passionate folks, and the board can't abide that independent spirit, especially not when it might impact their bottom line. All their interstellar freighters come through us, and folks around here will... It's a delicate balance, right? We could cancel their freighters' docking privileges. They got it. We push...
The board wouldn't do that. Would they?
The board is necessary to provide order to the colony. They believe it's their prerogative to overrun you. But whether you allow that is up to you.
It's a tough line to walk, no doubt about that. But we may do all right. Sure thing. Be seeing you.
Captain, Felix and the Vicar are arguing again.
Hey, Captain. I hope I wasn't too much bother at the bar. I did have fun, though that whiskey did give my head aching something fierce. Feels like a primal... I wouldn't mind having a drink again. Someday. I messaged Junlei when we got back and she replied super quick. Okay. I was awake half the night. I reread my message in the morning and it was unclear. I was drinking. With the headache I got after that whiskey? I've ruined things in the past because I didn't say things. I want to be honest with her, so if she feels the same about me, there won't be any surprise. Oh, isn't she sweet? Like one of those two-bit romances where one soul's all stiff and forward. I ought to go write her back. I mean, I already did.
Make yourself at home, Captain.
Young Millstone, you look pensive.
I don't know what that means, but I've been thinking. It ain't easy carrying a torch for the Rangers.
I understand. The Rangers' victories are your victories. Their defeats are likewise crushing.
You serious? Wow, Max. Never expected you to understand.
This may come as a surprise to you, Felix, but I understand what it is to be a fan.
That's so. You know something? Maybe I was wrong about you.
To be a fan is to cultivate a mental disorder. You're living vicariously through a tossball team.
Nah, I was right the first time. Good to see you, boss. Didn't I tell you? I'm secretly the chairman's orphan child. Abandoned. Honestly, before you picked me up, I was living in the back bays. Spent my whole life up there, watching ships roll in and take off. I was what folks on the Groundbreaker call a stowaway. That's what they called us. Orphans with no family, no company to take us in, nowhere to go but the back. The word's a touch kindlier than Rungleech, but the meaning's just as clear. Same way we all do. Look for work and hope somebody would give me a shot. Hauling boxes was about the only work I could find. Hated every second of it. Could be I was overreacting. A better man. But on the other hand, broadsiding the jackass with a tossball stick, that felt good. That felt real good. You ought to try it. That's what I like about you, boss. You got a mean swing. I caught a real lucky break. If you hadn't picked me up, I'd still be back at the docks. Yeah. Thanks for listening, boss.
Something on your mind? I'm a surgeon by training and a pirate by inclination. Not much else to know, Captain. I like long walks on the promenade and the smell of Spacer's Corona. I make a mean... It's a mix of whatever you've got on hand, usually I'll make you one sometime. If you don't enjoy it, I'll make a few more. Sure do. Some of it was... There's a lot of business that goes through the Groundbreaker. I've done all types of work with all... Glad to hear it. It's worked for me this long. Well, my blood type is AB positive. I'm a Leo, and I despise Space Hospital. Never mind what any... That about... Aw, come on. That stuff's boring. Look, the thing I've learned about living in close quarters is that you've got to... I'm all for making a few bits to get... No complaints.
Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story.
Rizzo's Purpleberry Punch. You want a punch? We've got your punch right here.
This is Halcyon News.
Hello. Now is the... a better sol-
Keep hanging around and I'll begin to think, what can I... You have...
Rizzo's mock apple cider. A hard cider for a hard life.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Tossball finals are scheduled to air soon, but a scandal has rocked the league and thrown this pivotal game into question.
Ciao Francesco, buonasera e benvenuto. Grazie per essere passato. Come va?
Both teams have tested negative.
Allora, secondo me
Performance enhancing stims. A tossball.
lo posso immaginare. Pure io figurati, sto a fare una guerra qua ormai. Tiro fatto mio. Buono.
Rizzo's lemon slap. Slap your...
Secondo me devo fare di qua e poi di qua.
Whole family tonight. CNP near maple syrup. It's near this complete breakfast.
Oh, neat! They got stuff in here I ain't seen in ages.
Now, this should prove interesting, to say the least.
Miss Lilia takes good care of us, see? Yeah,
Welcome to Sublight Salvage and Shipping, a legitimate business for legitimate consumers. You the one flying the unreliable? Miss Lily has been expecting you. I'll unlock the door. Sure am. A few years back, they got me started on simple acquisitions. You know those latches they put on cargo bays ain't worth a damn? These days, I stick to HQ and look after Miss Lilia.
So you're the new captain in town. I was hoping you'd make your way to my office. Saves me the work of hunting you down. Lilia Hagen, CEO and Executive Director of Aggressive Operations. I'm guessing you already... Charmed. It's nice to see the Unreliable again. Useful ship. Hawthorne was my contractor. I'd recognize that leaky boat of his anywhere. I didn't ask. I have a salvage job for someone light on corporate ties with a reliable set of wings. But there's a catch.
Just like in the serials.
If you have a nav key to Stellar Bay, the job's yours. Interested? First, an embargo that's been active ever since the board pulled its forces off-world. Few regulations, plenty of freedom. And second, all the goodies that no one had time to pack. I like that initiative, but ease back on the throttle. Gladys at the rest. If there's anything else, be... These days, the scrap business all but runs itself. Gives me the time to expand. Our field is persuasive acquisition, not... Thank you. I worked hard to keep it that way. Hey, careful with the C word around here. I like to keep things above board. Sublight occupies a legal... Very. I have this thing about... I like to think of... Be seeing you.
Miss Lilia takes good care of us, see? The authorities stay off our tails.
Following that, the hunt for the Wimbro?
CNP Borst Pocket. Can be macrowaved in 2.5 seconds. Borst Pocket. Rizzo Spectrum Vodka.
Penso che faccio solo questa missione, raga, e poi si va a nanna.
Warning, intruders will be... Oh, it's you. Welcome back, Captain. How can... Certainly, Cap. What would you like? Now playing a... It's not the best choice. My pleasure. As you will. See you soon, Captain. Destination reached. Scylla.
Scylla. No laws, no lines, and a whole lot of guns. I love this place.
I only ever seen this asteroid on the pages of thrilling space adventures.
Outlaw. You know, you don't have to shoot me down. Tremendous work, friend. Here I was readying a daring maneuver, and you've come and saved me the trouble.
Why does that sound familiar?
It's Ellie. Excellent timing. Hello, Ellie. What a pleasure it is to see your sparkling beauty in this barren waste.
It's Dr. Fenhill. I certainly know his ex-crew. Mostly from the operating table. I've probably seen more of them than he has.
How cruel you are. I distinctly remember a special party at the Lost Hope Bar on Groundbreaker where we...
We did not.
Oh, fine. But we almost...
Keep going, and you're gonna see how good this automech is at picking up teeth.
Symptoms detected. Elevated heart rate, dilated pupils, increased sweat production. Subject appears to be terrified.
I'm not terrified, you bucket of bolts. That's victory sweat. The one and only. Wait, who's asking? Wanda didn't send you, did she? I swear, land on Groundbreaker even a moment tardy, and that busybody's already been up your ass an hour. You tell her these automechs are coming, and sending a hired stooge to rescue me from certain peril only furthers my delay. No offense. Yes, well, I shan't. Give Wanda my chilliest regards. And farewell to you, dear Dr. Fenhill. I trust I'll see you next I find myself on the Groundbreaker.
You'd better hope not.
Got the drop on us.
Where are we headed today, Captain? The stars are the limit. I like what you've done with the place. Kitschy collectibles are such a human inclination. Destination reached. The Groundbreaker.
Windows knock you out hard. A CCN
Well, well, Dr. Fenhill. It's not often I see you on this side of sickbay.
I make it a point not to get shot, and when I do, I can usually take care of the mess myself.
It'd be nice to have you in here patching people up, not just blowing them apart.
I respect what you're doing here, but you know I'm not ready to settle down. It's not you, it's me.
Have it your way then. You always do. Now, about your friend here. Were I a gambling woman, I'd wager you're responsible for my mechanical's safe return. I can't thank you enough.
Something on your mind?
Rizzo's Purple Berry Crunch, Tripicale Flakes, and Purple Berry flavored Power Nuggets, now with 12% more crunch. Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information leading to the capture of noted terrorist Phineas Wells.
This is how...
You aiming to send a message? If so, we best do it now while we still got... And no, Ellie, that offer does not extend to you broadcasting another of your crude...
Hey, that's a real planet. And no one's seen it in a long...
Damn it, Ellie! Anyway, like I was saying... Well, yeah. The comm center routes all messages within, to, and from the Groundbreaker. We also switchboard most of the message traffic throughout the Halcyon system. Of course, we're about to go dead, so I may be reappropriated to Architect Knows Where doing Law Knows What soon enough. Our primary relay station's soon to be occluded by a gas giant. Happens every 40 years or thereabouts. The event's forecasted to last for months, during which we'll lose signal to the station.
That'll put the whole system in a right dire situation.
We've got backup auxiliary relays, but the one currently in orbital range went offline some months ago. We can't spare people for routine maintenance. Yeah, I'm working on it. I finally got the chief to approve the budget for a diagnostic expedition. But allocating the personnel loss for sending a technical team to the relay station keeps getting denied. I should say no, but why not? Maybe you can figure out why it's offline. I'll send you with an equipment manual. Hopefully we'll get lucky.
Hope you don't mind if I borrow that manual when you're done with it, Captain. I could do with some leisure reading.
Oh, and I'll need you to retrieve a copy of the relay's backup data. I gotta forward any messages from Earth stored in the memory. Better late than never, eh? The relay stations orbit the edge of the Halcyon system. I'm sure... It's not like they're in high demand. Most tend to be adverts on new products.
Careful where you point that thing.
This... is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story.
CNP Borsted Baked Beans. When you need to eat and run, Borsted Baked Beans is the only one.
Feels like the... Didn't quite catch that. Glass ear? Nothing to fear. Sorry again. Huh? What? Huh. Our local guard... Of course.
At least the heat's dealt with.
If you're here for this week's mag... I found a handsome... It's all... Yeah. Ain't that just a treat? So, you know Edna, over an engineer. She sent me a recording of a distress signal she'd scraped from... Curious thing is, it came from an outpost called Roseway. And Auntie Cleo abandoned that place years ago. Can't say I know for sure. Maybe it never really was.
Wonder what kind of haul they left behind.
Comm centers don't operate themselves, Captain. Someone had to have sent that distress call manually.
Those corps are cleverer than all get out. Might have been a ruse to... You've got an ear for intrigue and a nose for bits. I like that. Here's a copy. If you... The more we... Don't forget to... Any... Gracious. What do you... That's right, dearie. The only independent station in the colony. The board can't abide... Go right ahead. Oh, a little...
I'm not sure that's entirely...
That's half the reason I make... But that's not... Oh, but that... And...
Mess with Gladys, you mess with us.
This is Halcyon News.
It's just me, or has it been deader than usual around?
Rizzo's Lemon. Your whole family tonight.
Okay, gone quiet.
I'd say anything here falls under the salvage protocols of finders keepers.
What the?
Take your best shot, asshole! Yeah. Armor!
Now to clean this up, right?
Gosh, hate that ants.
Oh, I did not expect you back so soon, Captain. Destination reached. Scylla.
Looks like some sort of habitation.
Place never even had a bar. No wonder it's abandoned.
System alert. Begin. Security actions.
Place never even had a bar. No wonder it's abandoned.
Let him have it!
Va bene raga, mo è il tempo che salvo e chiudo. Ho fatto una bella live, non c'è che dire. Ci becchiamo fra un paio d'ore.
We have successfully arrived at Phineas's orbital lab, Captain, and we are still in one piece. Shall I congratulate myself, or would you like to do the honors?
Hello? Can you hear me? Does this work? Oh, damn it! Blast, that's loud. I'm just securing my ongoing experiments. And securing myself. Mind the mess. I haven't had a visitor since, in fact, I've never had a visitor. Aha! I see you found my portable molecular compression device, better known as a shrink ray. Find a target, point, shoot. Your target will shrink down into a manageable size, whereupon you may commence beating them to a pulp. Feel free to try it on a marauder sometime. Oh, thank the law. Your skin hasn't spontaneously changed color. Potential side effect of the revival process. Very rare, but you never know. Right. Welcome to my little habitation, such as it is. I've got caffeinoids, cysty bits, if you... So, welcome. Make yourself at home. My secret... Not at all, my intrepid accomplice. I should thank you for tolerating... I only regret that I couldn't save more of your fellow settlers, what with being hunted by the board. Of course. What's on your mind? Oh, it's not you. I do experiments in that room. Some of them get quite scientific. Regardless, it's quite comfortable in here, you know. No, and I've been trying very hard.
Nice to meet you, Dr. Wells. I'm Parvati Holcomb.
Wait, not another word. I don't want to know your name. I don't want to know who you are. Why don't you just invite the entire colony to my secret, carefully concealed lab? Oh, fine. I picked you out of the hope for your talents after... Yes, indeed. Well... Careful, that's my communications terminal. Reviving you from hibernation was my greatest accomplishment. Your odds of survival were a mere 28%.
E va bene, raga. Notte notte.
I believe I hear Felix and Parvati discussing the latest Aetherwave serial.